This video will discuss the skills and capacity in speed and agility. As an overview, we will be looking at a sprint start for speed and a 180 turn for agility, with a skill and capacity limitation demonstrated by Harry and Alison. Let's start with Alison's sprint start. Lochterl et al. 2023 has stated that in order to optimize acceleration in the acceleration phase, we need to focus on arm action, leg extension, foot contact, and posture. In Alison's sprint start, she has relatively good arm action, achieved triple leg extension, good foot contact, but have a relatively vertical position in this movement. During early acceleration, athletes usually adopt a more horizontally oriented trunk position. The aim of this is to naturally increase ground contact time to facilitate the application force. Also, adequate trunk lean allows the body to adopt optimal posture, allowing effective force production through the correct position of lower limb segments. This is due to a lack of familiarity with the sprint start. In order to overcome the skill limitation, the following exercises are suggested. The first exercise is a wall drive. Executing the wall drive at more than 45 degrees simulates sprinting posture during the early to mid-acceleration phase of sprinting. We will start with a slow movement speed, focusing on technique including a positive shin angle, parallel front shin and rear thigh, and a dorsiflexed foot. To progress, the movement speed will be increased as shown. The second exercise is a traditional bounding. It is a horizontal-oriented jump to enhance acceleration performances. The third exercise is an acceleration drill with elastic band around the fist. It allows greater trunk lean at the foot strike to resemble sprinting posture in early acceleration phase. This aims to maximize horizontal force production and improve sprinting posture during the acceleration phase. It is recommended to prescribe this over very short distances, within 5 to 7 meters. Let's look at her sprint start after these exercises. As we can see, she is able to adopt a more horizontally oriented trunk position, which allows her to improve her acceleration performances. Next, let's look at Harry's sprint start. As seen in the video, Harry is unable to achieve triple leg extension in sprint start and can see he is overstriding with his foot strike too far away from his center of mass, which can create a high braking force and inefficient running. This causes longer contact times. Gluteus maximus exhibits peak activation during early stance, assisting in hip extension and force transmission during the propulsive phase. Weakness in this muscle can cause overstride. First, hip thrust can be used to increase strength in hip extension. It is found to be optimal to maximal sprinting for training gluteus maximus compared to the back and split squat. Exercise 2 is the acceleration drill with elastic band around fist. This is also found to enhance hip extension power. The last exercise is a power clean. It is found that in sprinting, a power output of 20k to 50k newtons per second is achieved at a knee angle of 120 to 140 degrees, while a power clean achieves a power output between 20k to 60k newtons per second at a knee angle of 120 to 145 degrees, which makes power clean a good exercise to train for sprinting. One thing he did well is his ankle is dorsiflexed in leg recovery. This will pre-stretch the calf complex, increasing MTU stiffness, helping to promote the stretch shortening cycle achieved on ground contact. Improving ankle stiffness and stretch shortening ability can improve his performance. The two exercises to improve these are pogo jumps and drop jump. This is further supported by Reid 2013, which states plyometric training worked on eccentric-concentric coupling to produce more powerful contractions using the stretch shortening cycle mechanics. Next, let's look at the 180-degree turn by Alison. As we see Alison trying to change direction, her foot placement when changing direction is poor, as it is more in an angle, resulting as she tries to accelerate, she is exerting force diagonally, where you can see she kind of goes into a small loop, which increases change of direction time in this 180-degree turn. This is a skill issue, as she is able to correct after giving her the cue to keep her foot in line with her body, so that she can accelerate effectively on that 180-degree turn. To further improve her performance, it is found change of direction with the use of weighted vest at 10 to 20% of body weight found significantly greater improvements in change of direction performance, as athletes have to overcome higher eccentric loads during the braking phase of directional change due to the greater momentum generated by the additional load. Light load is recommended to minimize disruption in movement technique and potentially provide a more effective transfer in athletic performance. A training progression is to work on unplanned change of direction, which is adding perception-action coupling, which is where the athlete is required to react to a light stimulus to change direction. Lastly, let's look at Harry's 180-degree turn. He is unable to effectively decelerate. As you can see, he is doing extra steps to achieve deceleration. Also, he is leaning backwards where his shoulder is behind his hips. This will slow down acceleration, as he needs to change his whole body position in order to accelerate again. The reason with these two issues is the athlete is a struggle to effectively decelerate due to a lack of eccentric strength. It is shown that eccentric strength is a deterministic factor of change of direction performance. The ability to change rapidly from an eccentric to a concentric action can be measured using reactive strength. The single leg drop jump test is used to identify leg muscle imbalance in reactive strength. It has suggested a slower change of direction of the weaker leg can be due to the similar push-off action of drop jump to a dynamic push-off in change of direction. Plyometric exercises are shown to have a greater association with change of direction performance compared to strength exercises, as it displayed a greater similarity in muscle activation in hamstrings, adductor longus, gastrocs, and gluteus medius. The first exercise is a skater jump. It is reported that a unilateral horizontal and lateral jump training improves change of direction compared to a bilateral vertical jump training. It is also found to be correlated best with change of direction as performed laterally and producing horizontal power, which is important for accelerating and decelerating in change of direction and fast stretch shortening cycles. Exercise 2 is a unilateral counter movement jump. It is found that plyometric exercises which involve single leg movements could be beneficial for change of direction speed development, and also it is superior to strength exercises due to the expression of ground reaction forces. Exercise 3 is a single leg drop jump. A drop jump induces a similar eccentric requirement of the hamstring muscle with change of direction, as hamstring decelerates knee joint movement in change of direction prior to the concentric propulsive force. It is suggested knee flexor strength helps maintain trunk stability when decelerating in a change of direction and producing horizontal forces. Lastly, exercise 4 is accentuated eccentric squat jump. It is recommended to use weights at 20% of your body weight, as there is the ability to tolerate greater eccentric load to improve change of direction performances. To progress, you can do a single leg squat jump or further progress into a drop jump. The next two slides summarizes the skill and capacity limitations. In the sprint start, one athlete demonstrated a relatively vertical trunk position, which affects horizontal force production. This can be improved through wall drives, bounding, and short resistant accelerations. The second athlete showed overstriding and incomplete triple extension, likely linked to reduced hip extensor strength. Targeted hip thrusts, resisted sprints, and plyometrics can improve force production and ankle stiffness. For the 180-degree turn, one athlete had poor foot alignment, causing diagonal force application and increased change of direction time, which improved with cueing. The other showed asymmetrical
deceleration ability, suggesting an eccentric strength deficit. Unilateral plyometrics and eccentric focus trainings are recommended to enhance braking and reacceleration efficiencies.